I was listening to the fireworks.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Free for All Friday, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. Queen of the Prowl here. Today we don't have Kurt Steele because it is his birthday weekend, and he is going off with his family for a vacation. But we gotta, it's Friday the 13th as well, so you never know what might happen on this Freaky Friday. But let me bring in everybody else. You all know him. Y'all love him. Maniac Tim, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing just great, man, and I'm still reeling from that Packers loss.
No roar this morning? All right, we got to wake up with that. And, of course, our favorite preacher of the Prowl, Luke G.
Hey, what's going on, family? Hey, I hope everybody in the chat is having a good day thus far and getting ready to prepare for a better weekend. And if you got that extra day off for the holiday, then, hey, you really winning out here in these streets. So embrace that time off and spend it with somebody that matters, man. Let's talk some football.
Absolutely. And good morning to Michael Huck and Gina, who are in the chat. So why don't we just go ahead and get into the content with our very first question of the day. What did you think of the Lions season, and what grade would you give it, Tim?
Okay. Overall, I would need to give it a C. And the reason I'm saying that, I know we finished strong, but you still got to consider that we had that 1-6 start. If we wouldn't have had that 1-6 start, it would have been, maybe a C plus or something. Now, as far as offense, okay, they do get a better grade because they played, better the whole year, because those first part of the season, the offense was really hot. They did have a couple of down games. So the offense, I would give between A minus and a B plus for the whole season, and definitely the C would go to the defense because, it took them a while to wake up, basically.
Okay. Luke, what you thinking?
I gave them a C plus. They didn't meet my expectations for the season. I thought we would go 10-7 with a chance for playoffs. Even though they went 9-8 with a chance for playoffs, they still missed that window of opportunity presented to them, and so for that reason, I give them a C plus. I think overall though, there was some good you can pull from the season. The fact that they were 1-6 and didn't lose their composure, didn't lose their fight or their grit, as they like to call it, like that's cool. But overall, it was just a C plus. I mean, I expected more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, to be honest, overall, I thought they did pretty well. I would probably put them in the B plus A minus range, to be honest, for everything that they went through in that season, and to be able to come on top and end the season well, even though it did meet fully the expectation. My expectation was 10-7 and a wild card spot, but they were like this freaking close. And you don't always have obstacles in any season that you don't expect. So overall, I think they're on track, and they had a very good season for what a Lions season is.
See, I don't like that, Val. I don't like that for what a Lions season is. Like we're past that for what a Lions season is. The expectations was raised. One of the best quotes that people love to bag on, but it's just the reality is 9-7 is not good enough, right? And so at that point, I'm expecting so much more. And so the idea is, they had a good season for an NFL standard, it's BS. For a Lions standard, it's BS. But what about an NFL standard? What about if that's a New England Patriots standard? What if the Bears got the first overall draft pick, and that's not even their standard? So I'm just trying to figure out, why is it okay for the Lions standard? I don't like that. I'd rather it be, they had a decent season, but that the 1-6 start end up biting them in the butt. You lose to the Seahawks. You're losing to teams that you shouldn't have lost to, and so. And now look at your schedule. You at least look at your opponents. I ain't gonna say the schedule, but look at your opponents for next season. Yeah, it didn't get no easier. So, it was a wasted opportunity. So C+ is about as good as I can give it, but not for no Lions standard, but from a standard of football.
And I'm not trying to diss the Lions by saying by the Lions standard. I'm saying with the history that the Lions have had, they are actually. This is actually a compliment in the fact that they're heading in the right trajectory of where they need to be and what they did. They fell short. They fell short of what I expected out of them this year. But overall, for what they dealt with, they had an excellent season.
Yeah, but I think me and Luke are on the same page here, is that we want to get over from where people think of us as the Lions and lining us up as losers, the Lions losers. We want to be a team that is known as being credible, they're the Lions, getting rid of that aspect.
Well, didn't they accomplish that this year?
You cannot have Aaron Rodgers going ahead and say, well, I can't believe we lose to that team. We want to get past that. We want to be that team that is known as being a good team all the time, not a horrible team all the time. So if you look at it from the standpoint of the Lions past, this could, some of the seasons, this could be considered an excellent season. But if you look at how the team performed as far as wanting to be, in the upper elite status or being even considered in the good status, you got to look at it as being more or less an average season, because we finished strong. I mean, if I was just grading that, after that 10-6, I would give them an 8 because they deserved it after that. But you still got to count in that 1-6 start. As far as if you're grading the season, it's just like at school. Your final grade goes throughout the year. It doesn't go through just the last half of the year. The last half of the year, you give them a A, A, fine. But as far as for the whole season, no.
Yeah, but if you got a team that's struggling up at the beginning and the front, and you come and you bust up over that hump and overcome, because in normal times past, that shit would have just ended that entire season for the Lions, period, whatsoever, number one. So the fact that they came through when they did come through and they busted out the second half when they could finally get everybody healthy is props to them, number one. Number two, you're never going to get some idiot like fucking douchebag Aaron Rodgers to say anything more than that team and I own this and I'm all this and I'm all that. You're never going to change his mind, regard of assholes like that, their minds about anything. And three, for me, the Lions did. Where's it? There's talk in the Lions fan base about how, that the other teams are scared to play them now and all of that stuff. So didn't they not accomplish that goal then?
Yeah.
I would say no, though. Yeah, I would say no, because think about it, right? To sit there and say that they accomplished that goal would mean that they achieved something. They achieved a winning record. Yay. They're not in the playoffs. They're not winning a playoff game. They're not going to the NFC Championship game. They're not going to a Super Bowl. So what did you really achieve? Your bad start doomed your season. And so at that point, you fall into an average season, which is a 9-8 record, which is fair. I understand that people have been put on notice, but even Dan Campbell said it. This year has nothing to do with next. We have to still go out and do our jobs and prove that we belong and do it on a more consistent basis to earn our keep. And at the end of the day, you can sit there and say, they did these things. They knocked this off the list. They knocked this off the list. But we've been consistent at losing. We've been consistent at being inconsistent. And right now, even when we finally got consistent, it didn't yield us anything, not a division title or nothing, even though you went 5-1 in the division. So that's shameful in and of itself.
So is the fan base and flipping flopping saying, well, we're the team to beat and now we're not the team to beat?
No, what we're saying is you could be the team to beat that's going in this season, right? But when the season ended, which it has, our season is concluded, which is done. Our general manager is giving his end of the season speech is over. At this point, they've done nothing to exceed it. If they were to roar back and say they came back and they completed it and made the playoffs, now you can talk about a higher grade. Now you can talk about a little bit more complex grading system that says, hey, we did this and we broke this. But with us just getting a winning record, we just happy we got a winning record after going 3-13-1.
So like Dr. Detroit is asking, so for going from 3-13 to 9-8 isn't anything?
Oh, it is.
It's something. It's something, yeah. But it's not worthy of a higher than a C+ grade. You got to think about how the season went, and I'm gonna let Tim go. But you got to think about how the season went. You had 9 home games, nine home games, and many of the games you played this season were against teams with first-year head coaches or teams in the middle of a rebuild, and you literally walked out and you cracked the shooter against 3 teams who ultimately are the reason why you're not in the playoffs: Seattle, the Panthers. And you just had to beat one of those AFC East teams like the Patriots or the Dolphins or one of them. So you didn't even achieve that part of it. So yeah, it's for something. Great, we got a winning record. Great, it's good to let free agents know that we're in the right direction. But overall, it's nothing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to disagree with that. But go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
Okay,
Tim.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare. No, see, it wasn't Aaron Rodgers the only thing. It was the whole news media that was saying that really dished us. Now, I'll tell you, they did great. At the end, they rise to the occasion. They did. I mean, you've seen a bunch of improvement, and I'm not trying to discount that because hey, I love my Lions. I love what they did at the end of the season, and I'm not trying to go ahead and discount that. Because they did do that. I'm happy that they got a winning record. I'm happy that they went, 5-1 in the division. That's great. We, as far as interdivision play, we own the NFC North. But it's still, if you want to be perceived as a good team and get this monkey off your back to say that I don't want people to say, "Oh, they're the Lions. They're the Lions." We have made the playoffs before, and stuff like that. But when we can start being good year after year or contending year after year, and I know that we're heading in the right direction and stuff like that, And I'm not trying to slap the Lions in the face or anything because they showed a lot of improvement, but they're not quite there yet. And hopefully they can build next year. They will build and actually at least match this season. But I really want to see them as do better, make the playoffs, be in command of the division, be in command of, have that fear. Yeah, right now people are fearing playing us, but in opening up in that gate, coming out of that starting gate, and have people fear you then. But and give them a reason to fear you next year.
And just one step further from what you said, who's fearing playing the Lions now? No one, because they're not in the playoffs. And every Lions fan in here would be much happier if we were planning or getting ready to talk about a game that's going to be on this upcoming Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. But we're not. And at that point, we can't act as though we just hit the mother load of mother loads and success. It's just not. That's not going to do it. And for me, you know what I'm saying? I had a higher expectation, right? If your expectations were lower, then you should be happy, right? But if your expectations were like mine, where they were high, you should not be all that happy. You should be satisfied, like, maybe you just like, okay, I'm okay with this, right? But at the end of the day, there's nobody to fear because we're not in the playoffs. And you missed a very good opportunity with a fairly simple schedule that is no longer simple anymore.
I'm just looking at it as, for what they've done and what they're accomplishing with this young team, I'm looking at it with different statistics and with different perspective than overall, are they in the playoffs or not? They met my expectations, sort of close, just close. There were some issues that could have made it better. But there's more to the story that I look at with the team than just that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to see the trajectory that they're going to be able to move forward better next year. They're not falling apart. They're not still struggling with a lot of the main issues that they've been struggling with for a very long time. So that's just my view. Let's see what the Prowl Nation has to say about the whole thing. Oh, John Kapler, what up? I finally had a 3-day weekend. Welcome. We don't get to just hang around very often, so it's good to see you here. Super Saiyan Lions gives it a solid B. And John Kapler said that we showed that we have players and a team. They just had to show up. Good morning, Raw Detroit and Ranting Q. Now, Ranting Q says, I agree with you, Luke. I hope for 10-7, I would put them in a B. Looks like a lot of people are saying more than, close to a B in the score for what it was. Michael Huck, 9-7, not good enough after last regime. Ran any talent we had out of town?
Well, I think what he's saying is he says 9-7 not good enough after the last regime ran all the talent out of the town. Like I think what he's saying is, and again, the 9-7 statement is directly to certain things. I think there's a lot of context in there that's if people dug a little bit deeper, they get it. But the reality is 9-7 was not good enough, and I believe that when you set high standards for yourself, you tend to do better. When you set low standards, you tend to do worse. Like I've never seen a person ever in my life be like, I can't wait to get married to get this divorce. I've never heard that. I've never heard a person say like, oh my God, I cannot wait to get my driver's license so I can like literally speed and like get multiple traffic tickets. Nobody ever aims for this kind of negative stuff, right? Like I just never seen it.
You never met me in real life, dude. Because
I'm just saying, like, nobody says these things, right? Like nobody says that I can't wait to go fishing and not catch fish. Nobody says this. Like, so you have to set standards for yourself that pushes you to meet them standards and be better. That's all I'm saying.
Like I grew up in backwoods Redneckville, where like as soon as you could get a license, it was demolition derby time, buddy. Okay, we couldn't wait to fuck up a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if there's a money grabber, they might try to go ahead and marry somebody to go ahead and get their money afterwards. I can't wait to
I can't wait to be a gold digger, Tim. A gold digger.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Okay, don't.
Can I point this out really quick? Dr. Detroit says 9-7 is what Caldwell was, and Luke loved him some Caldwell. Now, this is how you know when people need to like not reach and stuff because their shoulder's gonna be exhausted. Who was the first one to scream, we need to fire Jim Caldwell? Me. Me. I was the first one. I was the first one to scream, fire Patricia after his first season and was told that you can't fire a head coach after 1 year. Meanwhile, every other NFL has done it. Denver, the Panthers, the Cardinals. And now nobody's talking about you can't do it no more, right? It was me. Caldwell needed to be fired. I have said this many, many times. It's just not true. If you're going to make a statement about me, just make it true. I won't argue it, but it's not true. I don't love me some Caldwell. Caldwell to me was somebody that I looked at and I said he shouldn't have been here. I lost respect for Caldwell when he had a chance for the perfect season with the Colts that had a team that had Reggie Wayne, freaking Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, a tight end, running backs galore, and he opted to rest them and said that he did it because nobody's going to care if you do a perfect season and don't win the Super Bowl. Well, you still didn't win the Super Bowl. You didn't even get there, and you still dumped on having a perfect season. I want winners. That's what Singletary said. You can't win without them. Can't win with that kind of attitude. I want winners. I have never, ever said I'm in love with Jim Caldwell. I wanted him fired. That's just the truth. It's documented.
The many faces of Jim Caldwell. Ken S.J. You know what? You wrote an essay the other day, so that's why I've been calling you King Essay now. They took steps from the 3-win season last year. We took steps to get rid of the SOL title this year. Expectations are going to be higher in 2023, to say the least, and I hope we can meet them. Detroit Fan Man says, tripling our previous success is only a C+. Luke loves to rile us up.
I'm not trying to rile y'all up. I'm just telling you, at the end of the day, if you just go back and look at the schedule, how many wins? We know what happened in those games, but how many of those games do you think we should have won? You think we should have gave up 240 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half on the ground to the Panthers? Nope. You think we should have been held without no points versus the New England Patriots? Nope. You think we should have lost that game? We should have swept every team in the division.
Okay,
we didn't.
In order to put in perspective the grade that we're giving them, what would you give the grade for last season? I would give it a D- or F for last season. So giving this a C+, shows quite.
That last season had to have been an F.
Right. So if you're going from F to C, that shows an improvement, and it's lining up. And and like I said, if it was just the latter half of the season, I don't mind giving them a A. But you do gotta consider the first part of the season, because you're considering the whole season, and that's all. It's not trying to ditch on the line. I'm glad at what they did, and
Yep.
came back and stuff like that. I'm glad at how they changed from the beginning. But you still got to consider that when you're grading the whole season. Now, if I'm just grading the ending of the season, yes, I would give them a much higher grade. And like I said, the offense, they played well all year, so I gave them a higher grade. But you're grading the whole team, and you gotta include those losses with the wins.
Yeah, like if you get an offense an A, there's no way you're giving the defense an A, right?
Exactly. Like I said, overall the defense would be. So
basically, if you're graded on a curve like that, when you give one side of the ball an A and the other, you have to, in order to get a C, you have to give the other side of the ball an F. For the law of averages.
Yeah, I would give them the F.
And I give them an F.
Beginning of the season, because they could.
Yes, I would give them an F.
Anything at the beginning of the season. Now they got better. The defense got better at the end of the season. Okay, and
but they were still bad. They were still bad. They got better, but they were still bad. It's like when you know how you had that first kiss. You know how you and Jim had that first kiss. It probably was like great. It got better over time as y'all learned each other, right? That's all I'm saying. Like it got better, but that defense is still an F. It still is ranked in the bottom of the NFL in terms of points given up. It's still ranked in the bottom. I understand it got better.
Actually, it moved up in the rankings, Luke. It had actually moved up in the rankings.
To what number?
It was like in the 18s at one point.
No, the defense as overall defense, scoring defense.
Yes, it was.
I just looked at it yesterday, and it was 29.
It was 18 to 20 at one point. The NFL and ESPN rated it that way. It was like a month ago.
I'm talking about look, a month ago. No, we talking about the end of the season, Val.
I know, but no, they had moved up during the season, is what I said.
Right, but we at the end. It's over. It's done.
The damn Carolina game brought them back down. As far as in the ratings. Yeah, they were better. They were better at the end of the season. But what they did with that Carolina game, brought them back down. And see, those grades are from how they ended up in the end. Are for how they went the whole season, and that's all factored in.
Yeah, I still will give them more credit than y'all want to give them credit for. But I gotta give this comment made my day. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Stop with the ifs.
Yes, that's why I'm you got to take it for what it is. We had a winning record. We showed fight and grit. Like, I'm happy at the results that we got a winning record, but I can't give a higher grade when we didn't close the deal. We should be playing Let's see. Well, we would have been the last seed, so we should be playing what tomorrow or so. What's one to play tomorrow? Tomorrow, we should be playing sometime this weekend, and we're not.
But you know what? You know, sometimes when you're potty training a child, you want to give them an extra little credit to know to do well next time.
Why go past the potty training stuff? No. Oh boy, this went off the road.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm giving them a little bit of extra credit and giving them a few extra stars on their sticker chart so that they do well better next year, see? And they keep the momentum, okay? But I think we beat this one to a dead horse. So we put a half an hour of dead horse beating into this one. So let's move on to the next one. Who do you think has seen their final season in Detroit on the offense and will be the first to let go?
Oh, you made it harder by saying who's going to be the first. Who's going to be the first? That's a hard one. Oh, that's a hard question.
Who do you think will be the first to go?
Oh, God.
From offense.
From on the offensive side of the ball.
Oh, damn, that's hard. I'm trying to think. I want to make sure I'm strategic enough to figure out who the first is. All right, I got it. I got my first. On offense, who I think will be the first to be let go.
Who do you think?
And then y'all not. I think it's going to be Craig Reynolds. I think he'll be the first one that they let go and have seen his last season in Detroit. And I'll tell you why. I think that they want to keep Jamal. Obviously, they're going to still figure out what's going on with Swift, okay? But because of the emergence of Jackson, I think that puts Craig Reynolds in a bad predicament where even when he got in, he just didn't go nowhere. I think he's the first to go, and he's seen his last time as a Lion.
Okay. I could see him as one to go. I don't know if he would be one of the first ones to go. But Tim, what you think?
I'm going to say Big V. I mean, Big V. I'm just going to say that. Not because.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking Big V is the big main chopping block, and it sets the tone.
I think he restructures his contract.
Why?
I think he restructured it because he wants to stay here. I think he likes what's going on here, and I think he wants to stay here. And I think he'll restructure his deal.
He can stay here he can want to in one hand and shit in the other. But
I mean, but if he don't restructure his contract, then if he don't restructure, then yeah, he got to go. But I just think, in terms of looking at it right now, they don't really have a full replacement for him. I think Evan Brown's okay, but all of us agree that they need to replace that or get a person in there at the guard position. And with Big V not being healthy, I think they get him to restructure his deal. And if he don't restructure it, then he's out the door. And even if they restructure it, they still going to take somebody else at the position and make him earn it. So, because you got to think, we brought in a lot of guards and tackles and as undrafted free agents and stuff. So I'm just saying, but I think it's going to be Craig Reynolds. I think Craig Reynolds, he don't do special teams. He doesn't give nothing extra. So I could be wrong, but I'm just saying.
I don't see what purpose Vaitai serves the Lions at this point, and I could see him cut out the gate. He was one of my top choices, but since Tim stole it, that's okay. That's all good. I'm going to go with another motherfucker I really don't care. I've never cared from day one about this motherfucker on this team. And why the fuck is he here? Trinity Benson.
I thought Trinity Benson wasn't on the team no more.
And he's still here?
No,
he got re-signed. He got re-signed again.
They brought him back?
Yeah, I think they put him on the practice squad or some shit. I don't know what the hell.
I can't remember. They don't cut him and brought him back. Let him go. Cut him and brought him back.
They let him go. They brought him back. Did they let him go again?
That's what I thought. I thought he was gone again, but I could be wrong.
No, he's on the practice squad.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. I know they don't cut him and brought him back a few times, so I couldn't keep up with it. I don't get it.
Desperate players, huh?
I mean, you got a whole lot going on in the wide receiver room. Fucking going, Cephas and could be gone. Reynolds could be gone. You know,
and some of those we could trade, and like Dr. Detroit said, I think get a 5th round pick for Cephas if we did. If we're building for the draft.
Yeah.
I
don't know why the Lions brought him back. I had no clue. He didn't do anything when he was here the first time.
They cut him like 3 times, man.
They must not believe in the strikeouts, huh? 3 times you're out.
I mean, they cut him like 3 times and brought him back 3 times. I mean, that's crazy.
I have no apps.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know. I could have swore he was gone, but I guess not. That's crazy. I don't know how. It's like,
but why? But why?
It's like breaking up with a girlfriend just to get back with her like 80 times. It doesn't make sense to me. It's just dope.
Was he like the third with Jamal Williams and like they feeding me good, taking me out to dinners and all this?
Yeah, like, it's weird.
It's like the baby mama in the background that just won't leave, okay?
I'm surprised that he's still here, because the last thing I remember, again, I'm not checking for him, but the last thing I remember was that he got released. And I was like, oh, for somebody else to go to the practice squad. So ain't no telling, but hey, it is what it is.
Oh, you know what? Michael Huck, I have done rubbed off on Michael Huck. Because look at this comment right here. Benson likes that X that gives good that you can't get rid of.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
Mikey. No.
Already getting ready to go off the rails. It's already finna happen.
Yeah.
They know I'm in charge. That's why this is about to go off the rails. They know I'm in charge today. Like Kurt will keep it real. Like Kurt will just like yeah. Me, I will allow this train to go like up in smoke like the Joker. Let's
Yeah. I mean, it's free for all. Really free for all when you're in charge, right, Val?
Yeah. I'm the Joker. Yeah. He's Ledger kind. Okay, let's fuck this all the way up. Okay. All right. So we covered the offense. Now we got to talk about the other side of the ball. Who's the first to be let go on defense?
Oh, this is too damn easy. I mean, the money is there and everything. It's Michael Brockers. Hands down, Michael Brockers is the one that's gone. The money is there. There's no reason for you to keep that guy.
Okay.
All right.
Brockers, huh? Okay. Tim, what you got?
Harris.
Will Harris?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like with Will Harris though, he at least plays special teams and stuff. So I think they'll find something for him to do, because he'll play corner, he'll play safety, and he'll play special teams. I guarantee you, mark my words, Brian Holmes gonna keep Will Harris.
Okay.
Why?
Because he said
he's like that's like trading Benson 2.0. What the fuck are we talking about? Will Harris for being still here. What have you done for me lately, baby? What have you done for me lately?
Well, I just think that it's Michael Brockers. The financial part of it is there for you. It's all there. Like I just feel like he's not being able to play. You found somebody in Kaminsky. You found somebody in Bugs who's going to cost you probably cheaper to retain. And Michael Brockers' money can pay for both of them. Like, he has to be the first one to go. So that's my prediction.
I'm going to go with a motherfucker that I think that has not been wanting to be on this team for the entire season. And that's Awarie.
I got nothing. because I think Amani was playing hurt. I think he was playing hurt, and I think that when you look at Amani playing hurt, that's another issue. And I think they tried to change what he was doing. But we do this all the time. We dump people. They go somewhere else. They perform. We just okay. So the only one we dumped that didn't really go nowhere and perform was Jared Davis, who got hurt, and then the other one was the receiver in New York, Galladay.
Yeah.
Who also has been hurt a lot. But even when he's not hurt, he's not doing anything. So, but
and he was hurt a lot the last season when we cut him or just let him walk off.
Well, I mean, he did Lions a favor because they offered him the money and he said no. He wanted to go somewhere else. So,
the defense of the side of the ball is so hard because there is so many motherfuckers that need to just go. Like Akuda Matata, like Austin Bryant.
That's such a low grade because there's so many of them that need to go. That's why we graded the way we did. If they were the keepers, we would have.
Yeah, if that defense is up to par, we would have been.
Anzalone.
In the playoffs.
Anzalone could go bye-bye for all I care.
What?
I played well. Sometimes.
I never liked Anzalone. Don't even bring up. I have never liked.
He played well sometimes. I didn't say
he's mediocre as hell.
Right.
I have never liked Anzalone.
He showed up overall. No.
That boy is Thor from Wish. What are you talking about? Okay.
He's very mediocre, and it's unfortunate. Yeah. But yeah, he's very, very mediocre. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Now he's made some good plays this season, right? But everybody make good plays, and I'm just, I'm not.
Favorite.
I like how the chat is going off about how Kirby Joseph won't be the one to go, but you know what? And they all like talking about how well Kirby Joseph done. I'm like, boy, that boy didn't even look. Brisker had a better season.
Our fan base, I feel like at times is an emotional roller coaster because they will be up 1 minute and down the next on a person and stuff like that. And in my opinion, for all the talk about Kirby Joseph and stuff, I saw some things in his game that I'm like, I don't think that's just because he's a rookie. I just don't. But it's the things that I was told that I could not use as a metrics to really judge a player is now being used to say that these players are great. And I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm. I know Lions fans will twist anything to whatever they want it to be. For real.
What have you done for me lately? And we know he made headlines lately.
He can't even make me a McGriddle, okay? Just go away. Don't even start. Okay? Boy can't cook. He can't clean. No, he just there. Okay? No.
Now, Val, they're also in the chat talking about Elliott, and this is a kind of a confusing thing for me because how can I put this? You can't keep Elliott. Okay, you can't. I'm gonna tell you why. You can't keep Elliott. If you keep Elliott, who are your starting safeties? That's what I want people in the chat to tell me. If you're keeping Deshaun Elliott, who are your starting safeties? Remember, Tracy Walker will be back from injury. Who are your starting safeties?
Maybe Tracy Walker will be back. Maybe.
No, Tracy Walker will be back. In fact, he even said if they made the playoff, he would have been able to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So my thing is if you're keeping Elliott, who are your starting safeties? Because Elliott and Walker with Joseph and a rookie in rotation. And see, at that point, then it's a fail. Because if you're keeping Elliott and you're rotating Joseph and the rookie, at that point, it's a fail because now you're essentially all this hype that you have for him is gone. If you can't get Walker and Kirby on the field and they're both under contracts, it doesn't make sense for you to sign Elliott. It just makes sense for you to move forward with Walker and Joseph.
Yeah, Elliott.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, because Elliott, I believe, was only the fill-in to be able to fill in for Walker while Walker was out. They needed somebody that wasn't a rookie.
Now, Cap Ice Cold make a good point about they did do a lot of 3 safety sacks, but I think that's by necessity. We were struggling. Our secondary was just our secondary needed prayer. Like it's just I don't know. People paid attention. A lot of them games we lost were giving up a lot of big plays. I would love to see the Pro Football Focus. I know people love them so much. I would love to see the Pro Football Focus stat for defenses that give up the most big plays. I guarantee you, we got to be top 3, top 5.
And Mike Kimber says, honestly, I'm not too high on Walker. I'm not either. Because, to be honest, Tracy Walker would be third string on a lot of other teams.
Right.
He's not a starter.
Tracy Walker's going to find out where you live and do some things that's not.
Tracy Walker can come on with it. Come on with it.
I literally had an NFL star's wife go after me. Like I was like, what the hell? Like,
come bring it.
And all I did was tell the truth. All I did was tell the truth.
Come bring it. They already know. I had to put a Lions fan in their place when I went to Ford Field. Okay.
Hey, listen. I'm just saying you're gonna keep playing around with Tracy Walker, and he's gonna try to walk all on you now. So I'm just giving you the heads up.
Tracy Walker can walk right on out. Bye.
Hey, I'm just saying.
What was your name again? I forgot.
Okay, you keep on listening. Keep on playing with Tracy.
What will happen though? Even if they do release Tracy Walker, they'll release
You know what happen?
Somebody will get hurt, and they'll bring him back next year anyway.
You know what kind of karma? No, listen. You know what kind of karma my fucking ass will have for saying that shit? Tracy Walker will walk out of Detroit and go right on the fucking Bear squad.
That would be so funny. That would be so funny. You know, but I just feel like any man whose name is Tracy is not to be dealt with.
I will DM Tracy Walker my address, my phone number. Come on.
Ooh, Val.
Hello.
Hey, I'm just saying. But the reality is this. The reality is if you're telling me that, Dan says you can make Kirby and Elliott should be the starters. So that means what? Tracy Walker does what? You just paid that man. You literally just paid him.
You know how psycho Chicago natives are? Like, I was at the game and a Chicago native was booing the Bears the loudest in the section that we were in. Like, I don't give a shit.
Well, I like I said, I think to get us back on track. I feel that the people who will be gone first, and this is fun because we get to see who's gonna get cut first. It's got to be Michael Brockers on defense. It has to be. It's the money implications to it. It has to be him. Like I don't know. It has to, right?
Well, I think he's gone, but is he the first?
I think he'll be the first. The money is there. It's the money.
I can see that.
I see somebody saying iffy also.
Iffy can come to the Bears anytime, Mike. Cause you know what? Cause the Lions, they don't know what to do. They got fucking Okuda at cornerback, which is the dumbest ass move I've ever fucking seen. And they got Iffy at safety when Iffy, she's a cornerback who can do a spear, but let's not put him there. Let's fuck him up. Because we got to keep Mr. number 3 seed, whatever the fuck he is, that so slow that Turtle Tavai can whoop his ass. And you don't, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, we need a bleeper. You know,
give me my iffy back. Give me my iffy back. You know, no. You ain't playing with my iffy. No. Look, Medea coming out. No. Not playing. That's my Byron. Okay. Anywho.
OMG.
We done beat that rail. We done beat that rail to death now. So let's go ahead. Since we talking about it, because I see it in the comments, we talking about it. What team needs do you want to see addressed in the draft, in the offseason? Offseason, free agency, draft, whatever. Tim, go ahead.
Okay, well, we definitely need linebacker help. We need
linebackers don't matter, Tim.
Yes, they proved it. They proved it. We need I want to see.
We need Malik Willis. Damn it.
No. Unfortunately, we do need a better backup too. We do need that. I mean, that is a need, but because the way concussions are, who knows? Goff gets knocked out. Then what do you have? Goff played well enough to win that starting spot. And of course, what Brad Holmes said, Goff is our man. So, but we definitely need safety. We need corner. We need every need on the defense. Everything on the defense, is a need.
Oh, everybody, huh? Everybody.
Every position on the defense. The defensive line's all right, but you definitely need safety help. You need cornerbacks. You need everybody. Because that if he just brings everybody down. Just joking, Val. Just joking.
Kirby Joseph. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, look. What you got?
The same shit we needed 3 years ago. Defense. And everybody wondering why I'm talking about Brad Holmes. You came in and saw what the problem was. For the last 4 seasons, what's been the biggest problem on the Lions? Defense. What's the biggest? Why are we not in the playoffs this year? Defense. Your offense scored 45 freaking points against Seattle. How many they gave up? 48. Seriously, defense. And until just address the defense. It takes 3 years crap is BS and it's baloney. It's defense. And I don't care what you do on defense. Everything is upgradable. Everything on defense is upgraded. There ain't a position on defense that you cannot upgrade from. If you think I'm lying, try me. There's not a single one that you can't upgrade from. Linebackers are mediocre. Yes, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But Malcolm Rodriguez is about as average as they come. He's just as average as freaking Alex Anzalone. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. The reality is,
I don't know. I'm gonna give him a little bit more time. But I'm gonna give him a little bit more time. I'm not gonna bash on him quite yet. I don't think he's like the best thing since sliced bread either. But I don't know. Average. Yeah.
You do average things, you get average results. And you got an average linebacker. He's average. I keep challenging people. Show me a team, not named Detroit Lions, that he would have came in day one and started right out the back on. Name one. And remember, you better go and look at their roster when the season started. And you tell me whose spot he was taking day one. I've already done the research. That's why I make this statement. He's average. Sorry, not sorry.
But you know what, Luke? It's so vindicating after last offseason to watch the vast majority of the chat who has responded to this question say linebacker when linebackers didn't matter last year.
I know, it's weird.
It didn't. It's a surprise.
And I'm not buying this talk. Well, he's just a rookie. Yeah, I'm not buying that. There's a lot of other rookie linebackers out here that are performing above average. Right? And go back through the years, there's a number of linebackers who came in. Roquan Smith came in and instantly upgraded the Bears linebacker room. So I want to hear that rookie stuff. He's just average. I'm sorry. There's nothing about him that's above average. There's nothing nobody can point out to say he's above average. It just is what it is.
Roquan? Are you kidding me?
First of all, Malcolm Rodriguez at the beginning of the season would not have started. Okay. He would no. Malcolm Rodriguez would not have started over any linebacker on the Bears at the beginning of the season.
Oh no, he wouldn't have. No, absolutely not.
He wouldn't have started over no. He wouldn't have started over no linebackers at the beginning of the Colts season, and he wouldn't have started over no linebackers at the beginning of the Falcons season. That's just not true. Mm-hmm. Not even the Texans. Not even the Texans.
I do have to say he kind of low-key disappointed me this year a little bit. I expected a lot more out of him for all the hype he was given. But rookie, we'll see. I'll give it one more year before I get hard on him. But, whatever. It's not like, Anzalone's been around for a minute. That's a little different story, okay?
Anzalone's been around way too long.
For real. But I love the whole fact that, all of a sudden we need linebackers because they don't matter. Wait a minute. No, y'all don't need linebackers. You're fine. I don't want to hear it. Linebacker position is set. It's fully set. You don't need it. You needed Malik Willis. You need a quarterback. Okay. No, you don't need a linebacker no more. Nope. Nope, I'm not hearing it. Nope. You got what you wanted, and you're going to get what you have, and you ain't getting no more. Bye. So, you just live with what you got, baby. Live with what you got, because linebacker lives don't matter. So.
Oh, my God. Wait. Super Saiyan, I love me some you, right? There's no way that he would have started for the Patriots. The Patriots don't even draft linebackers less than 6'3". They don't even take linebackers less than 6'3". It's no way they were no, it's no way on the Pats. No way.
Oh, no way. Oh, hey, Samal, long time no see. Glad you can make it with us today. But yeah. Linebacker lives don't matter. You don't need linebackers. For me, I want to see safety, the safety issue addressed like it should have been. Cornerback, fucking put Okuda in the trash bin where he belongs. Just fucking draft a defense. Jesus Christ. You should have done it last year. You had the defensive buffet of the smorgasbord of the fucking century, and you fucking chose a benched wide receiver.
Yep.
Okay, I'll wait on JMO. I'll wait. Don't know why I'm waiting, but I'll wait. I'll wait. All I know is I won me a fucking bet this year, so okay. Anywho, we gonna see Kirk come back from vacation in a Bears cap. Okay.
I felt so bad for Kirk when that last game ended. I went, fuck. I'm like, Kirk, that bet was not in your favor, brother.
It wasn't from the beginning. I already knew. Look,
it was not in his favor. They tried like hell not to really use him. Like they was saving him for next year. Like that's how bad they was trying not to. Like I'm like, yeah, oh my God. Like
why? Why do you draft a guy you not gonna use?
Well, I feel so bad for Kirk. That's all I'm gonna say.
Kirk. See, no. I don't feel bad for nobody. I'm a go harder as fuck. Cause you know why? Cause every time I tell y'all shit, y'all argue with me, and I'm like, I know I'm right. I don't make fucking bets unless I know 100% I'm motherfucking right. And you want to bet me, and you lose, it's on you.
And we got to have Vince on this show because Vince needs to wear some Lions gear. Because him and I had a bet on who would win the most games this year. And we all know who won the most games. So we got to get Vince on here with some Lions gear.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sure we could. I wore a combination of both of the games. So,
Mm-hmm.
But, and by the way, I don't have to wear a Kirby Joseph jersey either. I won that bet too. Well, on to next year. We'll make some more predictions for next year, but we'll be looking at some things in the draft, and I'll be telling you who's the surprise pick. Y'all should be in the coming months. But we're getting close to about that time, so we're gonna bring it up to final thoughts here. Tim, what you got for us today?
Okay, final thoughts. Yes, we ended up strong. Overall, this ended up being a success. The season ended up being a success compared to what it was last year. Let's just keep adding to it. We want to become that team that is looked on where people cannot just say, oh, they're the Lions. We want to get past that. And in doing that, we got to think that ourselves too. We got to think, get that. Because I even had Lions fans that thought, oh, yeah, there's no way they're going to beat the Packers. There's no way. I mean, the Lions rose up. They went ahead and they dominated the NFC North, by going to 5 wins, 1 loss. So let's just keep adding to that. Get a better record next year. Get some defensive players in the draft. Go Lions. Everybody have a great weekend.
For me, I'm going to say that the Lions had a great season for year 2 of the build. I think that they're going to continue to go skyrocketing on the trajectory. The whole season for the NFC North pretty went well. I mean, you had Minnesota, who got the number 3 seed. You got the Bears, who got the number 1 pick. You had the Lions, who took the Green Bay out of the playoffs, and you had Green Bay, who participated in this season. So congratulations to all of you. But as for, I think we are going to continue to be looking at, in the coming weeks, how the Detroit Lions can continue to move this forward. Starting next week, we will be going down to 3 days a week. And I will be at the helm controlling all the chaos next week while Kurt is enjoying his birthday getaway. So you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy this time away, and get your draft picks ready because I'm coming for you. And so now let's turn it over to who he is. He's the preacher of the prowl. Get your donations ready. We're passing the plate. Luke G, bringing us on out of here.
Hey, look, it's always fun to come on and spend time with family. I know most of us are going to have a longer weekend, so hopefully, like I said, everybody enjoys that time off. If you don't, find a way to just make time for yourself. Today's positive quote comes from me, and it's simple. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. In other words, just be who you are. No need to be something that you're not. Because what I find is the moment you become who you truly are, the moment that you show who you truly are, is the moment that everyone loves you for as you are. They appreciate the little things about you. Whether it's a weird laugh or it's a weird walk, or maybe you have something that may not stand out, or maybe you do have something that's going to stand out. But just be who you are. People will always love an authentic piece of work. You are the greatest art piece that's ever been created. There was no mistakes when you were made. There's no such thing as you're too big or you're too small or you're too short or you're too tall. There's no such thing as, oh, your skin's too dark or it's too light. You are simply you. What you see is what you get. And if a person can't accept that, then it's probably meant for you not to even be in their atmosphere. And that's a good thing for you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and if you don't do nothing else, make sure you join the family. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
And remember, guys, we are not here to be negative Nancy's, Dan Spanos. We are here to bring you both the good and the bad about the Lions. And we're actually looking forward to a better and brighter future where all roads are leading to Detroit. So until next time, have a good weekend, y'all. And, of course, well, like Kurt likes to always say, whatever you do in life, you got to ball out and be the best version of you that you can be. From the panel here at Detroit Lions on the Prowl, Thank you for hanging out with us today, and we love you, Jim.
Definitely.